Welcome back to sportsreview.com. Natalie Van Rijtstrom here. We're previewing Champions League round 16, second leg matches taking place Tuesday and Wednesday. They're the final round 16 matches. Things are heating up. Who will progress? Let us wait and see. Introducing Flash and Martin Green here to the panel to discuss. For this video, obviously, we'll be looking at Tuesday's matches, and then we're going to head on over. If you guys are catching us live right now, we will head over and cover Wednesday's matches. If you're watching this on the replay, do head on over to Sportsbook Review and get all the match rundowns. First of all, Flash, how are you doing? How was your weekend?
Yeah, not too bad. Tottenham cost me from like having near enough a full house in Premier League punters. They let me down on my parlay, but apart from that, I had a really good weekend. I'm pretty unlucky for the people that followed the Wolves at 7 to beat Chelsea, but those that followed the double chance got it at 2.5 anyway. So yeah, there was some good things.
Yeah, I know I suffered on Chelsea, I have to say. Martin, he's our news correspondent over at Odds Market. These clips actually will be clipping clip by clip over on our Odds Market channel and also pasting them as well on oddsmarket.com. A lot of shocks. Obviously, we've had the manager of Real Madrid sacked. Zidane looks like he's coming back. You've literally just released it over at Odds Market. A lot of things happening. Obviously, Roma as well that are happening as a result of these matches. Can we be in for some more shocks this week?
Yeah, we might well be. I guess Allegri is probably the next on the chopping block at Juventus if they don't make it past Atletico Madrid with a great escape. I know that they're going great guns in domestic title race. They always win Serie A league year in, year out. But yeah, they really want the top European prize. That's why they signed Cristiano Ronaldo. And if they can't pull it off, they might axe him. They really wanted Zidane to take over. Zidane was a great player for Juventus before he went to Real Madrid. They would have loved to have Zidane as their manager, but he's now unavailable. So there's a big question about who you actually go for. But yeah, he might be in trouble. Then obviously, if Bayern Munich lose to Liverpool, Kovac could be in real trouble. And yeah, there could be some more casualties, but it doesn't really make sense for title chasing teams to get rid of their manager just now because it's going to disrupt things. So I'd probably imagine that some of them would wait till the summer and then make changes.
Yeah. Well, listen, let us start off with Juventus versus Atletico Madrid. Obviously, 2-0 down Juventus. They have the home advantage. They are 18 points clear. So they've pretty much wrapped up, or have they? They have wrapped up their season. So they should be able to really focus on this match. They rested the key players over the weekend. Do you think this is really Juventus's to lose? 1.73 is the price for them to win. Draw 3.8. Atletico Madrid 6.
Well, I think they need to win 3-0, don't they? Or 4-1, which is going to be a very, very tall order against arguably the best defence in the world.
Yes.
If there's one team that you don't want to face when you've really got to score, it's Atletico Madrid. They're perfectly set up to withstand pressure, to soak up any attacks. They're very disciplined, very organised, keep things very tight. We've watched defensive masterclass after defensive masterclass from this team, and I think they'll go there with a very clear game plan, and I think they've got enough about them to go through on aggregate. They may narrowly lose in the 90 minutes here, but I can't really see Juventus getting to the next round now that they're 2-0 down, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And didn't get an away goal.
Yeah. Obviously, Atletico, they're sort of only 2-0 up, really. Sometimes we've seen teams, they come in, they use their defense in full force and try and just keep that 2-0. Would that be a mistake for Atletico Madrid? Juventus obviously have to come out and open up attack here. Could we be looking at a high-scoring affair, both teams to score over 2.5 goals?
I think that's normally a mistake for any team apart from Atletico Madrid. We've seen many teams do that and come unstuck. PSG against Barcelona last year. Real Madrid obviously did it this season when they were well ahead against Ajax, and then they let them back in. So it is always a risk, but I don't know, something about this Atletico Madrid team just tells me the way that Diego Simeone sets them up that they're too mature, they're too disciplined, and they're too strong for that. I can see it being still 0-0 at half time. Lots of frustrating them, lots of technical fouls. I'm probably looking at under 2.5 goals in this game. I don't think they'll show a great deal of ambition going forwards, but I think Atletico will keep things very tight at the back.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, Flash? Obviously, Ronaldo rested over the weekend. He does often sort of perform when needed. Do you think it's going to be a close and cagey affair?
Yeah, I don't think you can get away from that. I agreed with probably 85% of what Martin said. The big thing I can see is I think that both teams will score. I think, and also I agree with Martin, that I think that Juventus will just probably edge the night, but not have enough to actually go through. Because it is one of them do or dies, and at the end of the day, I think they have got the perfect weapons to actually hit Juve on the counter-attack late on. I mean, my play in this game, even though I do think that both teams are scoring, it could be overs, like a 2-1, or maybe even a 3-1 doesn't get the job done. But it goes against everything that Atletico Madrid stand for. My play in this game, and I'm quite confident with this one, and this is what does go against Martin, as he thinks it could be 0-0 at half-time, is I think there'll be a goal in each half. By who, I don't care. And that was 2. So I think that they might get an early goal, Juve, but then I don't think that the floodgates are going to open. And then I could even see this game being a 1-1.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking as well, as sort of a 1-1. I think it is going to be close. Both teams to score here, 2.2. And leaning, if I was going for a winner here, I think that Juventus might just nick it. I don't think that they are going to do enough to qualify. I don't know what everyone thinks on the chat panel here, but I think it's pretty clear that Atletico Madrid will progress. So do you think Juventus could be looking for a new manager if they lose this one, Martin?
I think they might, yeah. I mean, obviously Allegri's gone very close. He's been to the Champions League final a couple of times and fallen just short. They'll be very disappointed if they don't make it past the last 16 of the Champions League this time, after the amount of money that they've invested in Ronaldo. They're a very ambitious club. They look like they're going to sign some more players, big players from Real Madrid and stuff in the summer. Obviously, they're giving Aaron Ramsey 400 grand a week to go there. So they're going to have a pretty good team that's well equipped for the Champions League. And I think they're just going to get bored of winning Serie A year in, year out, and they may look to a coach that they think has a better chance of delivering that Champions League title that they so crave. A lot of it depends on who's available, really. Zidane would have been the perfect fit for them. Without him, I can't imagine them going for Mourinho. I mean, they'd love to get Pep Guardiola. If they could nab Pep Guardiola from Man City, I think they'd do that in a heartbeat. But I think they would only do it if the right man came up.
Yeah, I was reading, though, it looks like Pep's quite happy where he is. Obviously, Mourinho was a choice for Real Madrid. That's obviously fallen through, but it'd be interesting to see if they were, who are they to go for. I just wanted to say hi to everybody on the chat here as well. We've got Walla Walla Do says, much love everyone, rarely get to watch live. Charles thinks that Juve will win. Steven Serban, Juve to win is a good bet. Russ B, hello everybody. Musty, hey Nat, hello back. So great to have you guys on live. Any questions, do let us know, just for this video looking at Tuesday's matches. Next one is Man City versus Schalke now. Man City leading 3-2. They're still the favourites to win the Champions League. 3.5 the odds are at the moment. They're looking very strong. They've regained their Premier League first place from Liverpool, just 1 point up there, and they are winning. I think one loss in a lot, and that was to Newcastle. That was a strange result. But I think Man City at home against a very poor Schalke side. They're in 14th, struggling. They haven't won in a while. This is really theirs to lose. So the question is by how much are they beating Schalke? Flash, start us off on this one.
I think this will be a pretty dour affair, to be honest. I mean, my official play is going to be Man City to win to 0. I just think that obviously 3-2, 3 away goals. I just don't see. I mean, Schalke, what are they going to do? It's going to be damage limitations. If they start having a pop, then they're going to find themselves behind the 8 ball very early on. I think that this could be 0-0 for a long part, and probably they get the job done maybe later on in the game. I mean, listen, as soon as they go 1-0 up, Man City, the game is definitely dead.
Yeah.
But say Man City are favourites. I think my favourites are probably going to be Atletico Madrid at the moment. But saying that, it's the most wide open we've seen. And obviously, I've got a soft spot for Ajax for the way they play. So
Yeah.
listen, it's one of the best Champions Leagues that I can remember because it's the most open.
Yes, very so. And I agree with you, certainly from the first round of matches last week. I was looking at as well, it's obviously a bet that I like to play with the Champions League, but highest scoring half being the second. This is the only time of the 4 matches, Tuesday and Wednesday, that I'm looking to play it. This could be a good one, 1.99 the odds for that one. Would you take that bet, Flash?
Yeah, I think I probably would. Obviously, I'm still going to stick with my 1.84, I think it is, on Man City to win to 0.
Yeah.
But I do see this being a dour game. I mean, listen, I can see this still being sort of 0-0 or 1-0 after the hour. So I don't see this being a 3-4-5 because the job will be done and they'll pass it around. And listen, they've got a heavy schedule coming up with big games, Man City. So and people forget they've got 3, 4, 5 injuries. So not that that's going to affect this Schalke game, but it's definitely going to affect their eye to the future.
Yeah. Well, listening to what Flash is saying, Martin, this could be a good time to pull out your Martin Classic.
Yeah,
Man
you never
City
know.
in the
It
under
could be. It could be.
4.5 goals.
I have to say, I don't really like this game at all, to be honest, from a betting perspective. I don't think it's going to be a great game to watch either. Yeah, obviously, Man City are in the driving seat. They had a good comeback in the first leg, but they'll win this game. I'm pretty sure they will. I just don't think there's much of an impetus for them to really go out there and crush Schalke. Schalke are a poor side. They were second in the Bundesliga last year, but terrible reversal of fortunes this time around after they lost some key players. Since losing to Man City, they've lost 3 in a row. 3-0 to Mainz, 4-0 to Fortuna Düsseldorf, and then 4-2 to Werder Bremen last time out. So they're a bit of a... They shouldn't really be at this stage of the Champions League when you look at that form. But yeah, it's just a question of Man City's motivation. Like Flash mentioned there, with the injuries they've got, you can imagine them taking a foot off the pedal in the second half a bit. And to get any value out of this, you have to give Man City a minus 2.5 Asian handicap, which I think might just be stretching it a little bit too far. Could see maybe they'll win it by 2 goals, maybe by 1 goal if they really if they take their foot off the pedal a bit. So I don't have much in it, I'm afraid. One thing I'm looking at is Raheem Sterling to score at any time, 2.05. Obviously, he was the man of the moment in the first leg. He got the winning goal. Then he went and scored a hat-trick at the weekend. So he's in phenomenal form in front of goal right now, with Sergio Aguero not really turning it on. So I think 2.5 on him, 2.05, sorry, looks like a good price.
Yeah, we've got Nolly Knowles has entered the chat here. He is the king of the under 2.5 goals betting here. Nolly Knowles, what do you think? Juventus versus Atletico Madrid. Sort of difference of opinions here, I think, whether it's going to go under, over. Do you have a play on that one? Let us know. All right, so we have done Tuesday's matches here. Like I said, we'll head on over to Wednesdays. As the boys are running down their bets, I'll put the link on over, so jump on over if you want to catch us live on that one. Just wrap up, though, Flash, start us off your bet or bets for Tuesday, please.
Okay, Juventus and Atletico Madrid is going to be a goal in each half at 2. And my Man City Schalke is Man City to win to 0 at 1.84.
Ooh, Man City win to 0. Okay, what are you going for, Martin?
I'll caveat this by saying I don't really like these games too much from a betting perspective, particularly second leg ties in the Champions League at this stage. I think it's very difficult to bet on. But I will probably go for Juventus, under 2.5 goals in the Juventus game at 1.72, and Raheem Sterling at any time at 2.05 in the Man City game.
Okay, nice one. And just to remind you as well, obviously, what Martin is sort of saying, obviously at this stage it does get a little bit harder to bet. Tomorrow we've got Europa League. Wednesday we're back with the Premier League Punters Show. We've just got 5 matches, but join us for that. And then Thursday, the best bet. So there is plenty to bet on. So if you don't feel confident about a match, do not bet it. That is often sometimes the best play. Highest scoring half being the second, Man City versus Schalke, 1.99. What else? And then I think I'm going to go. I'm leaning towards a Juventus win, 1.73, and both teams to score at 2.2. But yeah, tough set of fixtures. Let's see how we fare on Wednesday's matches. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you, Flash. Thank you, Martin, and see
Cheers,
you over
Nat.
on Wednesday's games.